All right, for my final project, I decided to um, do a cultural study on the country of Egypt. I just think it's really interesting, um, just from what we know in U.S. culture about the pyramids and the Great Canal and the Nile River and stuff like that. I just kind of wanted to know more and dive deeper into what that whole culture was about. Just a little background on Egypt. It has 104 million people for their population, so a wide range of cultures, a wide range of cultural people. It's the biggest Arab country in all of the Middle East, so that kind of speaks for itself also. Um, Another thing is that Egypt kind of bridges the gap between Middle Eastern and African cultures just because it's right up in northern Africa, right next, like bordering all the Middle Eastern countries. So it's easy for a lot of cultures to um, come across with each other and bridge that gap. There's a lot of things in the culture that are interesting. It's one of the first civilizations and one of the biggest civilizations to ever be created. It started way back in ancient Egypt when they were building the pyramids, which is kind of a crazy thing within itself. Building the pyramids kind of expressed power for all the leaders that were, in power at that time. And one other interesting thing is they built this sphinx with the pyramids. It's kind of like a cat they built that they believe that would protect the pyramids for time to come. And who knows? Maybe they're right because the pyramids are still here and the sphinx is still here. So it's kind of just crazy. But that's another thing with like religion in ancient Egypt. In ancient Egypt, people were polytheistic and they believed in that there were many gods that were a part of this world, and a lot of people would try to worship them and give sacrifices so the gods would respect them in some sort of way. It's different now for Egypt because they now have gone to a monotheistic culture where most people, like 90% of the people in Egypt, are Muslim. So it kind of made a huge switch from ancient Egypt till now. Um, some of the expectations and like political views and laws are kind of crazy, but one thing is professional photography is prohibited without a license, so you're not allowed to have professional camera or anything like that unless you have a license. Um, you can't really speak against Egyptian rule because authorities will come at you for it because it's something against what Egypt wants you to do. Um, I really think that they kind of portray this thing where they're a free country and you can do what you want, but when you do something that they don't like, they kind of step in. So it's kind of unique at that aspect. You need an identification wherever you go, but that's for every country. The U.S. has the same type of thing where you'll need to identify yourself if you're doing anything suspicious. People dress modestly, even though it's hot in the desert, but that's because of religious reasons and people that are expressing themselves religiously. They want to be respected that way. Most people speak Arabic in Egypt with a little sprinkle of different languages and stuff like that. But yeah, most people speak Arabic. One of the biggest things I found interesting was the sex appeal aspect is prohibited. So there's no kissing, there's no holding hands in public with your other partner. And also, they really go against the LGBTQ community. They don't like that whole aspect, and they kind of shun it. One thing I'll say is I'm just really blessed to be in a country where it's like truly free, because I feel like Egypt kind of sways on their words with being a free country, and I think we need to take advantage of what we have and I'm just truly blessed to be in this country. Thank you.